Where? Alright. I'm trying to do something and chew bubblegum at the same time and it don't seem to be working. But I'll try. Anyway, where are we at? Listen. This thing called Malachi York is, what time is it now? 21 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock. The situation with Malachi York has risen again. And the whole purpose of me addressing this, right, is to say, when the powers to be, the judicial system, the institution says that a black, charismatic, articulate individual that comes along, that's able to electrify and galvanize the African community that's in the Western world, right? They will want to, according to the story, they will want to either assassinate them, defamation of character, whether it be for fraud or sex charges. It's incumbent upon us as African intellectual thinking people to say, do we want society, the institutions, to judge our leaders? And if they do judge our leaders and find our leaders guilty, we're supposed to take it upon ourselves to look at that information and we say, is this individual guilty or not? That's the whole essence of this. Whether he's guilty or not, the next leader comes along. If he's guilty, the next, and we're talking about Malachi York, the next leader that comes along should not put themselves in a precarious situation that can cause problems. Alright, so let's go back. Malachi York, for the longest, right, I done the research. When Malachi York thing first came up on Montel Williams, I was like taken back. But I spoke to Sheptes. I'm trying to get Sheptes, but I can't get him. So I spoke to Sheptes. And Sheptes stated, I had a problem with it. So he said, do your research. I done the research. I went into what kind of laws that they actually charge Malachi York with. DJ Khan and myself, we stayed up hours backward and forward on the computer. So when people say that we don't do our research, please don't insult our intelligence. We done the research. We understand he was charged with RICO, Racketeering Influential Corruption Organization. That's what he was charged with. But that RICO status came from the Monroe Law. Now, not to get into it long and deep, after looking at all that information, I said Malachi York was not guilty of this crime. Because I had only but so much information, like what everybody else had. So I came to a conclusion and I said for months on the radio that Malachi York is not guilty of this RICO status. Right? And not even Al Capone got 100 and odd years to life. Alright? So why do they have this black man in prison? So that was my premises from the giddy up. Remember what I said? I saw the Montel, right? And it was like, whoa. And I said, well, I'm going to have a dilemma because the Nawapians are my peeps then. But I don't know how I can sit down and really deal with them. But anyway, that's whoever they want to look up upon, that's them. But anyway, Sheptes and I had a long talk. I went and done the research and I came back and I said he was not guilty. So let's get that straight. I unequivocally said he wasn't guilty. However, additional information has arisen. Now, I heard about this dude called Tyreek Noel, but I did not have no information on him. All I knew, it was somebody supposed to be in the United States, and that's all it was. So I said I could not, in fairness, utilize that person and say Malachi York is guilty. Because I don't have a face, I don't know nothing about it. It could be anybody saying anything. Alright? Now, there's a documentary, there's a debate with Dr. York's son, Prince York, and Tyreek Noel. This is the one that's saying he's being molested by Malachi York. I spoke to Sheptes. Sheptes said, I'm gullible. I believe anything. Although I done the research and he knew I done the research and he knew I was on radio saying that Malachi York was innocent at the time. Alright? But I'm gullible. Jabi from Crooklyn New Yiddy saying that I am not looking at all the information. I'm biased. Alright? I'm speaking to Devin Morgan down in his shop, and he's saying, I've raised that Malachi York took a guilty plea. He's saying, well, we don't know this and we don't know that. And then we got all convoluted and twisted. So I got 3 individuals. But when I go to YouTube and look at the comments on the people that's putting out this information that Malachi York is a pedophile, all the comments, a lot of comments come back. Oh, those people that put this information out, so I'm going to put myself in there. that we don't understand white supremacy, we don't understand politics, right? And we're gullible to allow anybody and everybody tell us something about our leaders. Now, these individuals didn't take the time out and say, well, are these individuals intelligent thinking people? They've already labeled you as bubbats. Bottom line. So, as I said to Sheptes, I'm going to call him at 10 o'clock. I've been calling him from 5 to 10. I'm going to still try him. Alright? Because he's very articulate, he's charismatic, and because I know he looks up to Malachi York, because he said Malachi York is their master teacher. And because he told me I'm gullible, that means that he is saying Malachi York is innocent. When I speak to Jabi in Crooklyn New Yiddy, at the end of the day, Barry's going to tell me that Malachi York is innocent. Now he's going to say he didn't say these things. I'm putting words in his mouth. But the position he's taken and the things that he says, then he's telling me he is saying Malachi York is innocent. The same thing goes with Devin Morgan. He is saying, from the things he's saying, that Malachi York is innocent. Now, some of them want to say we don't have enough information. So here's what I'm going to do. It is 10:27. I'm going to play you, and I'm going to give you the information where you yourself can actually go. Now, I'm saying Malachi York is guilty. That's what I'm saying. And he should be thrown underneath the bus for playing with people's children. Period. That's my argument. That's my stance. Remember what I said before, that I found him not guilty for the information, and I went through the whole RICO and explained it in the whole 9 yards. But now additional information has come up. So now I'm looking at it in its entirety, and its in totality, and saying the man is guilty, he should be thrown underneath the bus. Now, I'm not going for his teaching. If you find that his teaching is good, that's up to you. I'm not into the Nawapian teachings, but I do respect them. I've learned one or two things from them. Very small amount of things, but I still respect, because they're my peeps them. Forget about Malachi York in the United States. They're over here with me, and we have a good relationship. So I'm not going to allow Malachi, and I hope they don't allow Malachi, which he's over there, to cause for us to have any kind of problems within our communication or relationship with one another. After that said, now, Malachi, you're going to have Prince York versus Tariq Noel. It's 10 minutes. It's longer than that. And what I want you to do, you can go to YouTube and put in Prince York versus Tariq Noel. Because at the end of the day, I can understand how Prince York is feeling about it. Because that's his father. He holds him in high esteem. So it's like, I understand. I really and truly understand that you don't want to hear it, and you're going to hear Tariq say, you can't sit down and talk with me because of emotions. I understand. What I don't understand, and I even understand Sheptes, because they're blinded, it's a cult thing. So I understand him. Who I don't understand is the Barrys and the Devin Morgans, because they're not part of this. And when we're talking about child molestation, it's a whole different ball game. It's not like stealing somebody's money. It's not like selling drugs. You're talking about a whole different ball game. Take a listen to it. So as I said, just go to the YouTube, type in Prince York versus Tariq. It's over 2 hours. You're gonna have on that particular. Take a listen. I'm only gonna give 10 minutes, but I'm not gonna give you all of it. But I want you to get the essence of what's going on.
Now we not from where we from, bro. No, so you don't say target, bro. Yo, what have you built on the land? Name me one thing you built on the land. Listen. Name me one thing you built on the land. Yo, listen, it don't work like that.
Prince, let me ask you a question. Do you think his story could be legit, or you think he's just making this up? And why? If he's making it up, why is he making it up?
The key thing that he's forgetting, and a lot of people don't key in, is that he's not just. Hold on, let me
finally wait.
He asked you a question. We're not just people here. What it is people comes from two things.
Alright, if you can listen to the radio, I'm playing something about with Tariq and Prince York right now. I'm doing 10 minutes. So as soon as you finish, give me a call back. Or turn on the radio the best way possible. Give me a call back. I'm waiting for the call. Alright?
You have a mother. I know you have a mother. So you ain't know what are you saying? We both have mothers. What are you saying? I'm saying.
Well, there's a whole bunch of information now that the professor broke them down individually if you actually heard what was going on. If you hear what's going on, you make your notes and you take.
Been here since 1979, bro. My grandfather been here since.
No, I don't want to. Right. I just didn't want to go through that long, drawn out thing. So I wanted you to listen and you address each one. So, all right then, I'll play them out, all right, and then we'll take it from there. Because I just felt that it would have been better if you had heard what's playing and you could address it. Okay, alright then. Alright, cool. I'll tell the crowd that you're going to be listening. You're calling me at 11 o'clock. Alright.
I'm trying to talk to you as a man to man. You want to talk to me as a man, I'm talking to you as a man. I'm letting you know man to man. You want to sing on some bullshit. You want to sing on some soul. And you want to go back and forth on some soul that you know is wrong. So I don't entertain that bitch.
Yo. You're not on the radio. I want you to listen to this. Alright, listen, we'll talk later. I don't want to hear you about me killing myself. I want you to listen to it. He told you, Barry, he told you in here, he's going to tell you his two sisters, them, are the ones, and you're going to hear the debate. Listen to it, the first part. Then don't ask me no question. Alright, listen, Barry, just listen. Alright? Alright, but the man is telling you. I'm not going to argue with you in the morning. I'm not doing that, Barry. You, Barry. You get Barry. Don't let me hang up on you, Barry, early in the morning. Because you're just going backward and forward. I'm saying to you, Barry, you get the audio soundbite and you put it on and you defend his position. That's not me. You do it. I'm doing my job. You do your job. Do yours. Peace, son. Yo. Barry.
Your man's Faisal came out about this dude. Faisal exposed this man. Yeah, my brother, yeah. But listen.
Alright. I just got a call from Barry, right? Ready to pee me off early in the morning. I am not fair. I should play the two girls that recanted and stated that Malachi, they was forced and they was twisted and so forth. I'm saying to Barry, that's your job. You're not supposed to present that because this young man here, Tariq, is telling you that his two sisters have been molested, right? And you're gonna hear him going backward and forth with Prince York. And Prince York is not answering his questions. Not only that, if you said you saw that video, Barry, you would have seen that there was two females there that was also. One of them was his sister. That same one, I'll tell you the name of it. It's called Prince York vs. Tariq Noel. Prince York gets slammed. Go to YouTube. His sister is on that. His sister is saying that she was molested from 13 years old. Senet TV, that dude there, is saying to Malachi, Prince York, he's saying, why would he do something like that? Because he's deranged. Why would he make a statement about Malachi York? Because Tariq is deranged. Alright? So Tariq is saying, alright, I'm deranged, but what about my sisters? Barry, didn't you hear that? Alright, and let's say 3 recanted. The way this is, it's like 20 people them has been pointing fingers at Malachi York. Now, so 20 of them, something is not right. So Barry, before you call in, You go and get that information. You bring that and I'll play it live for you. That's your job. You're the defense counsel for Malachi York. You're defending a pedophile. So that's your job, not my job. My job is to look at it from basically from both angles and come up with my own conclusion. Now, my conclusion is my conclusion. It's for the listening public, for them to make their own decision from the information that they're given. I could tell you about how I feel. You could tell me, Barry, or Chef Tess, or Devin Morgan. You can tell me what you see from the information and how you feel about it and how you want to present it. You have the right. I have the right. But the listening public has to have enough information for themselves to make a fair decision. Besides taking the information from the judicial system that's saying that Malachi York was guilty. We're supposed to put him on trial ourselves. And that's what it is. So as I said to you, Barry, you believe that? Then get that information because you are a defense counsel. Take a listen.
Why was I able to take Faisal's story as fact, but not yours? Faisal said that he wasn't molested by Jacob. Faisal never gave him the person. No, he wasn't. I said Faisal said that Jacob molested himself, and Faisal said Jacob was molested numerous of words, and Faisal gave a name, a bunch of names that he was name dropping in his video. Now, I said the reason why I was able to believe Faisal over you is because when I came to Faisal, one, Faisal's story never changed. Two, Faisal went to go get help before his story came out. And three, he had to jump on 40 giant platforms about this issue. And because Jacob's big too. Jacob's the biggest fish in the promotion industry. So he could bomb Jacob the way
blame yourself. You made me come out to these platforms. You.
Me? Right.
Yes, you. You came to Harlem and said that your father, you say your father was innocent, he didn't do it, and we was alleged victims. That's what made me come out. You did that.
Listen.
You did that.
This is the veins. And you make something up in hell, bro.
All right. Okay.
You acting like, listen, you acting like it was only me, you, and 5 other people in the land. There was 500 of us living there who all saying that you were a liar, bro. Like,
no, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not.
Listen, bro, you done flipped your story 4 times. Dr. Thompson on the land of what? Everybody is, man. That's it.
Dr. Thompson what? Continue. Dr. Thompson what?
That this was for the public who was not there, bro. Because the dude was there who know how the land operate. You know that it's almost impossible. Like, get the hell out of here, bro.
Okay, so why have you never rebutted me in the whole year that I've been doing videos?
Because I don't give a fuck. That's how
the people do. The people care. The people care. The people care. So you're showing your truth.
Prince, let me ask you. Do you care?
Listen.
Rape and molestation? Do you care about that?
I do.
Well, you have a brother that's telling you.
I'm able to, bro, listen, I'm able to adjust.
Don't listen to me, I'm not a child, man.
We both know, like, we grew up in the same system. Like, we both, like, yo.
And you was a little boy, I was an older boy. So we grew up in the same system but in different places. What you keep saying? You're talking to me as if I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
I know.
We know each other inside out, so come on. Like,
that's what I'm saying. So that's what you're saying.
You're underestimating me and you're making it seem like I have no...
Prince, why do you think he would lie? What is his motive to lie? Why?
Bruh, it's obvious why he would lie.
Just answer the question.
The obvious answer to the...
So why do you think? Not what the obvious one is. What do you think? Why do you think I'm lying?
The obvious answer. That's what I'm saying.
No, why? What he asked you, he didn't ask you what the...
Hold on, Tariq.
Why do you feel that?
Tariq, hold on, Tariq. Prince, why do you think he's lying? That's what I'm asking.
And I'm saying it's so clear and crystal obvious. Because
he couldn't do it.
Because this man right here is absolutely deranged. That's why. And he needs mental help. I don't deny that something happened to you, bro. I never deny that anything.
What about my 2 sisters? What about my 2 sisters?
Bro, your sister was just in Brooklyn, like,
no. What about my 2 sisters that was molested by your father? What about them 2?
Bro, your sister was just in Brooklyn. Your sister just was living in Brooklyn. If you was molested...
No. That's your sister, dog. What are you talking about? That's your sister, too.
I'm not talking about Zariah. I know Zariah was just there.
No, you're talking about Miriam. Okay, she's the young girl.
You was molested.
She's been in her life. What are you talking about? She's good at it. Answer my question.
How can you get a weapon if he was molested?
Answer my question. Excuse me. I'm not talking about her.
You go to this bookstore and work there and help promote the doctrine that helped rape you.
You're not listening. You're not listening. She was not molested. She was not molested. She's dark-skinned, right? She's dark-skinned, right?
No, she's not.
She's brown. Yo, who are you talking to, son? My sister is in Florida right now. Both of my sisters are in Florida right now. Who are you talking to?
I didn't say that.
Who are you crazy? No. I'm talking about right now. My sister was in Florida. They live in Florida. What are you talking about? Answer my question. Answer my question. Answer my question. No. What's her name?
What's her name?
What's her name?
And Lori,
What's her name? What is her name?
Mary. What are you talking about?
Mary? You said Mary?
Yes.
No, Mary has a disability, son. She's 18 years old. She lives with my mom in Florida. She has Down syndrome. What are you talking about?
Your brown skin says I don't know.
You're talking about Zariah?
Listen, Zariah was there, Lori was there, and Zariah introduced me to your sister and said, this is my older sister, and then I think her name was Mary or some shit like that. I don't know your whole family.
I don't know. I'm telling you, Mary is the youngest one. She has Down syndrome. She lives in Florida. Okay, now you listen, I will explain to you. My sister Amala and my sister Nicole Lopez has been molested by your father. So you're saying, excuse me, stop talking when you talk, let me ask the question. You answered that for me that I'm deranged, so I'm asking, what about for my two sisters? Why would they be saying this? Why would they have testified?
This is how.
No, answer the question first. Please answer the question and we can move on. Answer the question and we can move on. Answer the question and we can move on. Answer the question and we can move on.
Listen,
answer the question and no. Once you answer the question, we can move on. Answer the question. Answer the question. All right, then. I don't go.
Every single Wednesday.
You did not say none of this in my.
All right. That's only like 10 minutes and chips to give you the essence. So y'all can go, alright, and go to YouTube and put in Prince York versus Tyreek Noel, right? It's not 10 minutes long. It's an hour in chips, alright? And you're going to have a whole bunch. You have two females in there. That's talking about Malachi York molested them. Now, what's so dumbfounding about all of this is that nobody seems to be talking about all the Barrys and the Barrys and Devin Morgans and the Shepherds. Everybody's a liar. The alleged victims are liars. They can't be all liars. Now, there's going to be a lot of information on YouTube. Y'all can go and do your research. You're going to have some people recanting. Yes, I'm not going to dispute that. Why they're recanting, I don't know. If Barry's so adamant that I should be playing the sister, that's not my job. That's your job, Barry. That's your job, Sheptes. That's your job, Devin Morgan. That's your job to bring the evidence. My job is looking at it, to give it to the people and saying, should society judge our leaders, or should we be the ones to put them on trial? We wasn't back in the days of Marcus Garvey, so we couldn't put him on trial. And there goes Sheptes. Peace.
Hold on. Am I live or is on me?
You're live.
Am I live?
Yes, you are.
Hold on, stand here. When did it become a time when I ever said that anyone's a liar? I never said at any time that anyone's a liar.
Okay. So
let's fix that statement up.
Okay, okay, my bad. Wait a minute. My bad. I apologize. Is Malachi York guilty or he's not guilty?
Listen. This is what I said to you when we...
No, I just asked... No, you said I just asked you a simple question. Is he guilty or not guilty?
Let me give you the answer that I gave you when we last spoke. Okay? The answer that I gave you when we last spoke was simply this. Whether the man's guilty or not, he's in prison.
That's not the question.
No, hold on. Let me finish. Yeah? You asked the question. I'm answering it how I'm answering it.
Oh, you want to give me the long one. Go ahead.
So as I'm saying, whether the man's guilty or not, he's in prison. Yeah, so if he's innocent, he's in prison. If he's guilty, he's in prison. That's what I said. I said it doesn't matter now whether he's innocent or guilty because he's in prison. He's made to suffer for something whether he's done it or not. That was my answer. So I said I have no time to be focusing on whether the man's innocent or guilty because even if he's innocent, he's already been punished for something that he didn't do. I said from my experience of being in around the organization and having met him the once and having been around the organization, being in the States and everything, I can't see that being the case. That is what I clearly said. However, I wasn't there. Yeah, that's what I said to you. Now, in terms of everything else, I said, well, does it matter if he's innocent or guilty to people? Shouldn't people be getting on with their lives and doing what they essentially need to do to better themselves as people? I said, if a maths teacher is corrupted, does that make the maths corrupted? Right? That was my take on the whole argument. So at no time did I lambast or anything. I just said, it's an argument that's being dragged on for no purpose and no reason. The last time this came up with you and I on the radio where you brought this kind of subject matter up, my argument to you was, OG, why is it that you're just listening to third-hand information and not looking at the facts and you're drawing a conclusion on guilt? You went away and you did your research and you came back and you said, that's true. Based on everything that's been said, it's conjecture. There's no actual evidence that he's guilty. And you said you've changed your mind on it. It's just all conjecture. Now, moving from that point to where things are now, you've come back again with a matter where something is being implied. There's again no facts. There's no facts being presented apart from someone saying in a discussion with the man's son that the man did this thing. And if you listen to, if anyone should go and listen to the whole recording, that you sent it to me and I listened to the whole recording. I wasn't going to bother because it was pointless, but I listened to the whole recording nonetheless. And in the whole recording, what I heard Prince York said was the same thing that I've been saying to you. What does it matter? He's in prison. That's one of the main points that he was reading out. The other point that he was reading out is to the guy that was there is, you forget that I was there. You know what I'm saying? This is what you were saying to the other guy. I was there. What you're talking about, I was there. You're not talking to someone that wasn't there. And in making the point that he was there, he was highlighting to the listening audience and to the guy that, listen, there's people that came out and said the same thing that you were saying. And they've since recanted those statements. They've since recanted those testimonies. I brought your attention to a recording from 2004 when this thing all came out from Abiba Washington that was on YouTube where she made a legal statement that how this came about, how they met up in a hotel in Florida and how they decided to do what they were going to do because they were being threatened from the various law agencies about losing their children, so they played along with it, a whole 45-minute spiel recording, right? And in that recording she said that they set the man up. In my experience of being there when anything untoward took place, you know what I'm saying, I know that man was serious in saying, yo, everybody leave the land, you know what I'm saying, get off. There was never any cover up of any bad behavior. Bad behavior was shunned on, whether it was sexual in nature or any kind of bad behavior, even spitting on the land. It was a very, the ethos was, you know, promoting a positive experience, but in real life and real life terms, we knew that we all know negativity does happen, but negativity happens because of people's general behavior, not because of the influence from the top. The influence from the top was always promoting positivity. That's what I saw, that was my experience. Right? This is why I said,
okay.
This is why I always say from my point and my experience, I didn't see any negativity in that sense coming from the top. I saw it within the middle ranks. Right?
So I heard you, and I'm going to give you more time to talk because I've been doing most of the talking, so I'm going to give you that time. But you still haven't answered my question. Is from where you're sitting, is Malachi York innocent or guilty?
I'm answered that question.
No, you haven't. No, you've procrastinated and you went around. It's just as simple. Is he guilty? Say yes or no. Yes or no. Answer the question. Yes or no. No. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Listen. You've answered that question in your way. Alright, cool. Now I'm asking you a question so that the listening public, so there's no ambiguity in this answer. I'm asking you, is Malachi York guilty, yes or no?
Listen, there's nothing about ambiguity, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to judge or not.
So your stance is, so wait a minute, so your stance is that Tyreek Noel is lying then?
No, I never.
So he's not lying.
I've already said what I'm saying.
So you're straddling the fence of neutrality. Alright, let's go on, continue.
Let me speak.
I'm letting you go ahead.
You seem to have come on here with fire in your belly. Because the first thing when I was waiting till 11 o'clock and then I just switched the radio and I'm thinking, what
no, check test.
So what are
Chef test, you're not being straight now, son.
Let me speak.
Go ahead.
Let me speak.
Go ahead.
All I'm saying to you is this, right? Whether I'll tell you again so you can hear it loud and clear.
I heard you the first time. I'm stupid.
Okay, so why do you want me to be so specific about something that?
Because the reason why, especially
I don't know.
No, you asked me a question. Can I answer? Because you are on a radio, and I've been listening to you for the last year, and you're very specific, detailed. When I've heard you talk about other people and other groups, you break it down intellectually and articulately. Now all of a sudden, so wait a minute, there seems to be an issue. When you said about a belly and so forth, I called you throughout the week. I said to you, give me a time. I told you between 10 and 11 o'clock I was going to call you. So don't make it sound like it's an ambush that you just turned on the radio, because I've been saying it on the radio and people, the listening public has been hearing me saying that. So the question is, you don't want to say if he's guilty or he's not guilty, and you don't want to say if the dude's lying or he's not lying. So you're straddling the fence of neutrality. Move on then. Continue. Go ahead.
No, I'm not straddling the fence of neutrality. I've said my piece.
Alright, cool. I got it.
Let me speak, because I allowed you to speak, right? This is one of the problems that we have in this society. We all want people to respond and do things as we see fit to fit within the remit of our thinking, right? I'm not going to sit within the remit of your thinking because you want me to sit within the remit of your thinking. I've already given my take on the matter, which is I wasn't there. Whether the dude's lying or not, that's up to him. But from the evidence that I've seen over the years, and I've been there since 1990.
He's innocent.
Well, let me finish speaking. From the information that the dude's been given, right? I've seen all the people. There was a group of people that took part in this process, and the mass majority of them, barring a handful that's remaining, have come out at one point or another, whether 10 years or 12 years ago, and said that this didn't happen, this is how it took place. Now, from my experience, in terms of my first-hand experience, in terms of being around the organization, being around the man, not personally in his space, but seeing him walking around and doing his thing, and the influence that he had, right? That influence, from what I saw, was not of the nature that is being presented in terms of the negativity that people pushing out. Even now, he's telling the organization, leave the people alone. If they want to say that, allow them to speak their mind.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. All right, do you know that he was charged with statutory rape in the 60s?
I don't know anything about that.
Would you like me to pull out read out his criminal record?
I don't know anything about
Okay, well, since you don't know that, let me pull out his record and I will explain it to you, and I will tell you.
Let me ask you a question before you pull that out, right? Which you can if you want. Yeah, before you pull it out, what's that got to do with what you're saying to me now?
Because I'm trying to show you all the information that's added up all together, say the man is guilty. That's what I'm saying to you of many things then. Wait a minute.
No, we need to establish a foundation to move forward. So I need to understand why we're going down this road first.
Because the man it seems like he's got a track record.
Let me finish.
You asked me a question. Go ahead.
I'm doing my best to understand
where
you're going with this, because I've already told you in our conversations that I adhere to information. I don't look at whether the maths teacher is guilty or the maths teacher is innocent of some crime in his back or his life. You know what I mean? I go by facts in life and what I need to do for myself to better myself.
Yeah. That sounds philosophical and all that. That's good. That sounds great. The question, wait a minute. The question is, I said to you, are you aware that he had a criminal charge back in 1964 for statutory rape? You said no. Now you're saying, what I'm going to say to you doesn't even matter. I'm going to read out his criminal record just briefly. January 1964, Dr. York was arrested for burglary and pleaded guilty, reducing the charge to unlawful entry. In June 1964, Dr. York was charged for statutory rape of a minor girlfriend. Now, I'm saying that there could be other certain circumstances behind the minor girlfriend, but you've already blanked it. You don't want to even hear. Listen.
I'm asking you, where did you get that information?
Listen, son. Just like when you get information, and I've heard you lambaste the Christians, I've heard you lambaste a whole bunch of people, and even the Nation of Islam. So please, where did you get your information from? The point is, the information is... Let me ask you another question. Do you know where he's... Let me ask you a question. Do you know where he is right now?
Hold on. I never agreed to have a discussion with you for you to start shouting at me.
Well, listen, because... My bad.
I thought this was about clarifying something based on you have a point and I have a point.
Trudy, my bad. I apologize. My bad.
So I'm not going to come on here and deal with your emotional ranting.
No, my right. Listen, son. Okay, I might have got emotional because this is what I said to Barry, and I said it to you also before. I said it's going to get emotional because of the subject.
No,
I said that to you. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What I don't want. I'm not going to get emotional with you.
Then don't.
Let me finish. I'm not going to tolerate you taking your emotions out on me. You can get emotional about the situation, but if we're going to be having a discussion, it has to be a discussion where we're able to communicate where minds meet. That's when it's productive. I'm not here to throw stone over there and you throw back stone. That's childish and I don't have time for that.
No, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Check test.
Let me finish.
I'll give you another 2 minutes. I'm going to give you 3 minutes and then we're going to the news. I'm going to give you the rest of the time. Go ahead.
All I'm saying to you is this. When you say that I have lambasted the Christians, right? I have presented information from the Bible when I'm speaking to the Christians, right? I'm not just getting up and making up stories. I'm presenting information from the Bible. I'm giving verses and I'm giving historical reference points.
We're talking about the church with child molestation.
No, I'm just speaking about something where you made a point on.
That's what I'm talking about, child molestation. That's what I was talking about.
You said I've lambasted the Christians.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I'm saying that I've commented on the Christians based on their practices in relation to what the Bible says. If we're talking about child molestation and we're talking about the Catholic Church and what they've done, that guilt is already there. We know they paid £650 million a few years ago in compensation.
Okay, so you see how so wait a minute. So you see how you can...
You still give me the time to talk.
My bad. Go ahead. Cause listen, you know what? After the news, because I've only got 2 minutes, I'm going to let you go. We've got a minute and a half, and then we'll get back after the news. Go ahead.
No, I lose my flow already.
You're talking about the Christians, and you saying that there's information that they paid out X amount of money. Go ahead.
So now when you're talking about now that Dr. York has these convictions, right? Because I've heard about these convictions, but there's never been any evidence of such, right? So when you said that I know he had it, right? I could have said I could have said yes, I've heard about it, but I said no, I didn't know that because as far as I know, there's not been any evidence as such. This is why I'm asking you, where is the evidence as such? Where did you get it from?
It's his criminal record. You can always go onto the You can go to the Bureau of the New York State judicial system, and if you put in their name and their ID, do you know where he's located at right now?
Yeah, at Max.
Do you know where the Max is?
Florence at Max.
Okay. Do you know that they gave you his ID number, correct? So you can find out people's numbers by putting it in the system, and you can find out. So it was a criminal charge. Anyway, I got like 30 seconds. If I'm sounding emotional, my bad. But the reason why it came over that way is because I'm asking you, and you and I spoke about this in advance, and I said to you, listen, that certain things will be said.
It was an amicable conversation, right?
Huh?
It was an amicable conversation, right?
All right. Well, anyway, I got 4, 3, 2, 1. Catch you on the rebound. Stay on the line. Stay on the line. Stay on the line. You hear me? I told you, I said to you, say, son, it was going to be one of those things, and I'm not screaming at you, but I'm just asking, and I'm going to ask you. Yeah, but when I'm asking, I'm giving you the opportunity because I've been on the radio talking. So I'm giving you the opportunity to talk. But then I can't, but it's like I can't ask no question.
You said he got fired. That's between you and Barry. Me, I'm not kidding. You know I don't care. And I was starting.
Alright, so let's leave it then. Okay, so you've done it. Alright, so you don't want to continue. Let's leave it at that because I'm going to continue because I'm saying I spoke to you. I said it wasn't no one of those things then. You're saying I'm screaming like a belly full of fire. That wasn't it. That's not no belly full of fire. But what's getting to me now is that I'm just basically asking you one or two questions and you turn around and say like, I'm trying to put you in a box and all that. And cool, if that's what you want to say, then move on then. I'm not going to stay there and beat it up. That's why I said, let's move on. But you continue to say, no, you want to explain now. And I'm saying, we already went that way there. Let's move on. So I have no problem with it. I don't have no fire in my belly because me and you talked about it throughout the week. And I came and I told you that I was coming, and that's what kind of got to me. Because I told you that was coming on from 10 to 11. I was going to call you at 10 o'clock. You said, make sure you call me. I said, no, Chef, if you call me. You said, no, because you might go to beat 2 Jews. I said, all right, then I'll call you. Do you remember that conversation? I said 10 o'clock. So don't make it sound like you just turned on. That's the way it came over. That's the way it came over. That's the way it came over on the air.
You misunderstand what I'm saying. Let me see what I'm saying again. I understand. I have no problem talking about this. But I have a problem with personalizing and me. When all I'm saying to you is, I want you to come on here and clear it up. But you know, when you and I speak on a level, I sit with you all the time, like, oh, you don't really care.
All right, we know that. But we know that. I know you said that.
Also, Derby in Premier League's early kickoff. West Ham play Tottenham at the London Stadium. That's the latest. I'm Simon English.
But Chefs, but you said, here's what you're doing. You're just saying that to me now on the phone, 101, but you're not saying that on the air. You're not saying that because but that's all I asked you. I said to you, is he guilty or he's not guilty? And you turn on and gave me. So he's not guilty. That's all. That's it. So he's not guilty then. That's it. All right. So the youth is lying then. So Tariq Noel is lying. But I'm saying nobody's talking about these individuals. Nobody's talking about these individuals, son. We're talking about Malachi York, and Malachi York is better than all of this. That's cool. We've done that. So you say Malachi York, from the information that you gathered, is not guilty. Cool. I'm not going to argue with you on that. But I'm turning around and I'm asking you, so in other words, the youth is lying. Just like you heard. Go ahead.
Information about him coming when he was younger, that's been known to be serious, and he couldn't even be reported as such. So to go back to the court,
no, you know the reason why? I could tell you maybe the reason why it wasn't used. Will you tell me why it probably wasn't used?
I don't know.
Okay, well then I'm telling you why it probably wasn't there. I could tell you. That's why I mentioned it on the radio, so there's more to it than probably that. And I can explain it to you. You can't, but I'm asking you, but you can, but I can tell you. What? No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to because you just turned around and just blanked it straight away. Like, it's frivolous. It doesn't have no meaning behind it. That's where you just blank it. So leave it at that then. So leave it at that. Leave it at that.
I mean, like I said to you, right? We're going to address what we need to address. Yeah, but don't make it personal to me because
No.
in a sense, you're trying to swing people against me.
No, son. I've taken a position. Listen, I've taken a position so people can fight against me because when you go to YouTube and you see all the comments, you know what I am? I'm a house nigger. I'm not saying, but I'm saying anybody that puts anything up about Malachi York or anything like that, that's negative. They're house niggers. They work for the government. They don't know about politics. They don't know about COINTELPRO. They don't know nothing. So I'm putting myself on the line, and I said, personally, this is what I said. I said he's guilty. But when I speak to you, Barry, and you're going to say, well, that's them. But when I speak to you, Barry, and Devon Morgan, and I ask that one simple question, I can't get an answer. I get all over the place and this, and I'm saying with you, I said it on the radio a while ago, I understand with you and Malachi and Prince York, I really and truly understand your position there. I don't understand Barry's position and Devin Morgan's position. I don't understand how their position is like that. That anytime you ask them a question, they procrastinate. You're not getting a yes or no answer, and it's just as simple. But they all seem, and I said, excluding you, because I understand why you are, and so forth. I understand that, son, trust me. But I'm saying that the Barry's them, and then now the Barry's and them is going to tell me. I'm not throwing it on, but I'm not throwing it on you. I'm just saying that because I said to you that you're articulate and charismatic, and I said me and you is breaking. After the end of this, me and you's not supposed to have no beef or anything, because that's just the way we see it. I'm putting information on the table. This is what I see. That's no, wait a minute. This is why you have debate and reason, and it gets heated. In any debate and reason, it gets heated. But what I'm saying to you, but I have to ask you, because it's you and I talking. You and I. It's not a generalization of people. Then no, but I said I would allow you to talk, but you can't take 2 hours. It's not breaking the spell show somewhere. You're gonna take 2 hours to explain. No, but you don't need it to. No, that's what I'm saying. You don't need. I can ask you things and I will allow you to elaborate. I said to you, I'm going to allow you to elaborate. But it doesn't mean that you're going to want to elaborate for 3 hours and there's so much things to go on. This is not breaking the spell when you're talking to everybody else. I'm saying I will give it to you. 3 minutes. No, but if you listen to me, I don't do chaos, son. You can see I'm methodical in everything basically I do. But listen. No, because I'm asking you, because the same thing with Barry, because if you listen to Tyreek and asking Prince York, he's asking him a simple question and you can't get an answer. Listen. Okay, listen. No, he did not answer. I played it a while ago. Listen. Yeah. You mean Tyreek. No, but if you listen to what he said, he's saying that because Prince is saying that he was on the line, and the dude is saying he was a baby. I used to hold you as a baby. You didn't listen. So okay, so he's a liar then. So cool, that's all I'm saying. So he's a liar. That's it. That's all you're supposed to say on the ear then, if that's what you feel. He's a liar. That's it, son. Then say that the man is a liar. Then say that. Leave it. No, say the man is a liar. Don't procrastinate. Don't try to be philosophical and turn it pretty. You're saying that you just said the man is a liar. You could have said that. Oh, now it's words. Okay, it's words. I'm putting words. Yeah. All right. As I said, I heard you. This is the reason why it's this way is because when y'all was on doing your show, and somebody calls in, you, Mark, and whoever giggle and laugh and ridicule these individuals, and you never. Wait a minute. No. But you never. No, you don't. Because your first thing is you, especially Shepard, let me explain. You're an explainer, and your explanation takes a period of time. Because when somebody asks you a yes or no, you want to explain. And then when you finish explaining, and then they ask you the question, what's the answer? Didn't you hear me just give you the answer? No, I didn't hear you give me the answer. You may feel you gave me the answer. This is what you do on your show. Alright? So since you feel, right, that he is lying, then say he's lying. That's all you have to do. We don't have to go around the place. Okay, cool. That's why I said, okay, it's not what I want, it's just that what just came out of your mouth. You just said he was a liar. I never said it. You said it. You just said it. Alright. Anyway, we're coming back out, so I'm going to give you, I got 8 seconds. 5, 4. Alright, welcome back. It is 9 minutes after the hours of 11 o'clock. And Barry, I will get to you in a hot minute, alright? Sheptest is on the line. Sheptest, peace, son.
How you doing?
Take the rocks out of your jaw. I'm alright. Now, go ahead. You have something to say. Go ahead.
Well, I don't even know where the conversation was. But let's go back to the top. So we get clarity. You sent me a recording of Prince York having a conversation with one of the accusers. Now, listened to the whole recording, and this is my take on it. Prince York's points were valid. I understand that Prince York was emotional because it's his father, and his approach might not have been the best approach, but I understand why he took that approach. If I lived in a house with someone, and I'm at the age where I can understand what's going on, I can see things, because I got a memory that goes back years, and someone's telling me, oh, you were young, what are you talking about? I mean, I was like 9 years old. The time you're talking about, I was 9. Who doesn't remember when they were 9? If you don't remember when you're 9, you got alcohol fetal syndrome or something.
Can I respond?
Something's wrong with you. Go ahead.
He said that it was before Prince York was 9. He's saying that he used to babysit Prince York. He used to hold him when he was crying. He said he was the one that helped build the land. Prince York never built the land. Prince York was a baby. So he's saying you did not see anything. And he also said he should not be holding a conversation with Prince York because he overstands, just like what you said, emotion's going to kick in. So that's what he's saying. As at the end of the day, the listening public can go to that audio. I already told him where it is. It's go ahead.
You said you did. What year was Prince York born, according to what Prince York said?
I don't know what year he was born.
He said 1992. That's what he said. I don't know. He said 1992. What year did they go to move to the land in Atlanta? Or
I don't know.
In around, I think 1996, 97, if my memory serves me right.
Right. So okay. Sorry, go ahead.
So if you do the maths, right? You do the maths. So when the period he's talking about, that the reference point he's made about, it's in and around near 2000. Yeah?
Right.
That's the time period that they're talking about. Now you do the maths and you see the age. The age is still going to get a point.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
You see, what people don't realize is that the Norpians in America have not just been in one place. They were in Brooklyn, Bushwick Avenue, I think it is. Then they went up into Mount Duku.
Oh, well.
They went down to Georgia.
Well, let me say this to you real quick, right? I don't know, and you're correct, I don't know the time element. I know that what Tyreek was saying, that York was a baby at the time he was a babysitting.
Right.
Well, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish, and then I'll go on. Okay. Now, one of the questions that was posed by Sanette was, why would Tyreek lie? York said. No. Listen, the reason why. You know the reason. Let me say this. Let me say this real quick. Let me say this to you real quick.
No, I'm going to leave it to allow me to speak and get this point across.
Go ahead.
Right? We do it step by step. So the first point is that he's giving a timeline, a time frame that's not feasible, because when they were on the land, Prince York would not have been a baby. Simple. So
okay, cool.
That point in statement, if Prince York was born in 1992, would be a lie.
Okay.
Right? And note I said is because I don't know when Prince York was born. I thought he was younger than that.
Okay, so
according to Prince York, he said he was born in 1992. Yeah.
Okay.
And he did, and the guy did not dispute that, right? So based on those facts, right, then he wouldn't have been a baby in around these incidents, which was the late 90s. That these so-called incidents were meant to have transpired with that boy. So that in itself is one in discrepancy. I'm not using the discrepancy to call him a liar. I'm just using that there's a discrepancy there straight away. So when Prince York was saying, what are you talking about? I'm born 1992, son. And he was explaining himself. It was an explanation that made sense to me because I know the historical trajectories in terms of when was what.
Okay.
Again,
okay.
Remember, I'm only having this debate to kind of lend some clarity because I don't care.
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, I heard what you said. So all I want to say to that is the listening audience, right? They will have the opportunity to listen for themselves. I've given them the information. You've given them. You have your take and so forth. So they got that. They're intelligent people. They can do their own.
You're asking why would he lie, right? Pretty sure.
No, I never said to you. I never asked you why would he lie. I said to you that you're saying he's liar.
Why would he lie?
That's what Sanette was asking. Why would he lie? Go ahead.
Why would he lie? Right.
Yeah.
Now, if you go back and you listen to the recording, and people should listen to the recording, they both were asking each other questions. that they both weren't responding to. One of the questions that Prince York asked him, Prince York said, my father had 50 wives. Why would he bother with what you're saying? Yeah, and he goes, I don't know, you should ask your father. When someone, likewise, when Sarnetta, whatever his name was asking Prince York, why would he lie? You know what I'm saying? Prince York was explaining it. Prince York went a long way.
Okay.
But he explained, he goes, listen, I don't know why this black man's going to get up and start saying these things, because this is the historical trajectory. This is what would have happened. So the only thing I can say is that because they went and made up the story, which was already confirmed by Adina Washington, a story that was made up in this hotel, specifically in North Florida, when they went there and they conspired, that's already on the record on YouTube, right? Everyone else that's changed their stories, right? He's one of the ones that's still stuck on zero. Why he is because probably he's been saying so long, he's going to convince himself.
Okay.
That's what the response to that was.
All right, as I said, with that, I'm going to let it go. The listening audience, they've got the information. If they want to do their research, they can do their research. Now, I've got a whole bunch of other things then, but it's like, because the time is being taken up because of the explanation, it's hard for me to go through them. But you don't know much about African Bombado, all right? And this has nothing to do with you, neither Barry or anybody.
It's not John to Africa.
No, there's a reason why I'm going to... You can't tell me less now. I'm telling you there's a reason why. I wanted to play, but what Poppy was saying is that it's the people then seem to want to call people that's making allegations liars. And nobody seems to be listening to what the victims is being saying, or the alleged victims. All we're hearing about why these people would not do this and do that. But it's like nobody's looking at the victims. And like, we don't have victims in our community. The way it be acting, wait, I never said you, let me finish. The way people be acting, it's like when somebody do something, we're supposed to cover it up. And when we choose to bring it forward, now we're this and that. And I'm just taking the side of the victim. Now, if you want to respond to that, I wanted to play somebody. I'm looking at the time, and it's kind of crazy. So go ahead if you wanted to respond.
Okay, let me address that quite simply. Are you aware of current affairs happening in the UK with a young lady this year, young lady, I don't know how she was, that actually got several guys sent down and got...
She was a 300-pound fat white woman that got 15 men then convicted for rape. Yes. And then there was another one after that recently. And there was another one. Wait a minute.
The answer is yes, right?
Yes. Yes. Right. So that automatically applies to...
Hold on. So now we know that people do this, right?
True indeed.
We know that people do this.
Yeah.
So it's not something that's far-fetched.
True.
Because you like to make it look like it's far-fetched.
No, listen, let me respond to you. Let me respond to that. Check this. No, hold on. Let me respond to that. Let me respond, because I've raised that up during the week. I raised it, that these things happen about the woman, and there was another one in a taxi with a kebab. She gave the man £10 and it was full of kebab grease, and she called rape. So I know these things happen. Go ahead.
Granted. So it's not a mystic thing that it happens. It's not nothing else. Growing up and being raised up in information and knowledge and studying and becoming learned myself, one of the things that I've realized is that they will go after each other within European society and the European matrix of things. They will go after each other when it comes to money, but they very little once and seldomly go after Nubians on a money charge, because they do not want to create the mindset that we can do it economically or financially. So they never reflect things financially with us. What they always go after is our Achilles heel.
And what's that? And what's that?
Because we've been tainted and stereotyped as being sexualized beasts. That's a Ku Klux Klan agenda from the beginning.
Okay. Can I respond? Can I?
That they have to protect the innocent white ladies from the overly promiscuous, sexually deviant beast of the black man. That is something that's been stained, they've used to tarnish us from time immemorial. So anytime there's an issue with a black man and they go sexual thing, yeah?
Yeah.
And even so much so with the drugs thing, yeah? All of a sudden it sticks, because it seems to be something that sits in our corner.
So, okay, I'm going to ask you, okay, I've heard you now. Let me ask you a question. Since you've raised that, because one of the things because before when we was talking, one of the conspiratorial thing them about COINTELPRO and what they do to people, you was coming from something moral, some other situations then, but now you've changed it, gone into this now, but cool.
No,
wait, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. The conspiracy.
The reason why I said what I've said is because you seem to be coming from this angle to say, oh, every time this happens in the community, it's like it can't happen in the
No, I never said that. That's the reason why I'm saying let's have. No. I'm saying that if you listen to what I said from the beginning, I said that society has convicted a lot of or done things to what we call prominent black leaders, that people then that's able to galvanize the masses of people then. I said that from the beginning. I said, now my question to you is that we know that if you're prominent and so forth, that they're going to either assassinate you, defamation of character, whether it be through drugs or fraud or sex. Basically, that's the way the four elements they use. Now, my question to you is, wait a minute. My question to you is, how many prominent leaders that you know that they use sex allegation and brought them down? Name me two, please. Prominent that we all know, not just somebody in a remote corner of the world. Somebody that we all know, that you know and I know and everybody know. Name me two people that they've used sex allegations and brought them down.
First and foremost, it's about tearing you down as an individual. So we're talking about in the courthouses.
No,
that's what we're talking about in the courthouses and common practice within the general ethos of things. So it's happened to many.
I asked you prominent. I said prominent.
Let me finish. She informed, please. So as I'm explaining, when it comes to the black man now, we haven't had that many black leaders up there in prominency, whether you recognize it or not. But when we look at them, if we go into African leaders, a lot of people won't see it and recognize as such. But when we look at black leaders in America, we know that because of the prominency of Martin Luther King, we know they tried to tarnish his reputation as such, because they felt that his reputation was preceding him too much. So they tried to tarnish that with sexual allegations. That's a fact.
Did that bring him down?
It didn't work.
No, why didn't it work?
It doesn't mean they didn't try.
No, but why didn't it work?
Because he did. It don't matter.
No, that's not true. That's not true, son. The reason.
It matters that it make a difference.
No, you raised, and I acted prominent people in the Western world that we all know, not just you or I, but we all know. You went to Martin Luther. You went to Sheb. You just said Martin Luther King, and I'm saying Sheb. You used Martin Luther King, and you said.
I was going to carry on for a few minutes.
Wait, stop a minute, son. You raised him, and I'm going to say no. But the reason
asked me a question, and I asked you to let me finish my answer.
You don't need a book to give me. We don't need a book, son. I'm saying to you, I asked you specifically, and you said Martin Luther King. You said, and I'm saying, okay, you're wrong, and I'm asking you why it never worked with Martin Luther King. The reason why it never worked with Martin Luther King, because J. Edgar Hoover put a bug in his hotel and heard him having sex with his secretary. They turned around and started sending him anonymous letters and phone calls and telling him that he's got to tell Correct Scott, no, he should commit suicide. Alright? Because they had looked into his history and so his father had mental problems. So they say he should commit suicide.
You're talking about me giving you a book here. You asked me a question.
No, but I'm telling you you're wrong. I'm telling you you're wrong. That's it. You're wrong. You're wrong.
The next one, I'm not wrong. It was attempted. The next one was, what's his name? Leader of the...
Elijah Muhammad.
Right, and that information came out because of your informer, Grace Saving Grace one. What's his name?
My African Shining Prince. Yes. You can't say nothing towards Malcolm X compared to Malachi York. First of all, Malcolm X. Wait a minute. Malcolm X. Let me finish. Malcolm X. Wait a minute. Hold up. But you see how you're quick. To go to Malcolm X. You see how you're quick to talk about somebody else, but you don't want to talk about Malachi. Alright, let's forget it. Alright, cool. I'm going to give you 10 minutes to call it a wrap up. Go ahead. I'm not going to say no more. Say what you got to say. Go ahead.
answering.
I'm giving you 10 minutes. I ain't got no more to say. Go ahead. Go ahead, talk.
You asked me a question, I answered the question, I gave you a couple, you asked me
All right.
a couple, I gave you a couple. And I could have given you a few African ones. You know what I mean? I'll just give you a couple in America. You know what I mean? And those are a couple, but history hasn't written it yet, but we could add Dr. York to the mix, but because the European hasn't come out and said he's innocent and he's guilty in your eyes. So I've given you more than a couple, I've given you 3. Next question.
There is no more questions. It's okay. It's okay. There's no more questions. I'm allowing you to talk. I'm going to give you, because since I've been on the air for the longest, right? And for the last couple of days, I've been saying I've got a whole bunch of information that I'm going to play later on, but I'm going to give you the opportunity the next 10, 15 minutes to talk. Talk and say what you got to say. I'm not going to interrupt you. Go ahead. Because you want to talk, because every time I try to get to somewhere, it's like it's a book I'm getting. So let's just leave it at that. Talk. You got it. Go.
I'm done. You get me? If you're going to get all emotional...
I'm not emotional, son. I talk on the radio on a constant basis.
You get me? Don't stand in the corner, uncle. Just ask the questions.
No, son. Listen. Brethren, listen. I'm on the radio, so I have enough time to talk. Alright? You're not on the radio. It's only every now and again on a Sunday you come in. So you don't. So I'm saying talk. I'm giving you the platform. Talk.
But this is the thing. I'm not interested in this platform.
So then, okay. So then we'll leave it at that. Then, if you're not interested, we'll leave it at that.
No, you asked me to come on and make a comment on it because I follow information. I don't follow a man. I follow information. I follow what I know that is facts to myself. This is where you seem to have misunderstood. I don't follow a man.
Okay, cool.
I have love and respect for the man for what he brought to me aware of, right? But I don't follow a man. I follow my knowledge of what I know to be facts for myself, from based on my research and what I do. I would tell people to do the same. Stop waiting for a savior. Stop waiting for Malachi York to come and save you. Stop waiting for the African Shining Prince to come and save you. Stop waiting for Jesus to come and save you. Stop waiting for Muhammad to come and save you. Get up and save yourself. But if you want 2 helping hands, it's in front of you. But information is still the power. The knowledge is where the power is. And this is what I keep saying to you. When you keep saying, is he guilty or not? I say, I don't care. Because I'm not following a man. I'm following knowledge. I'm following what I know to be facts. Right? But I feel sad and aggrieved that a man could dedicate his life to uplift the mentality of a people, and they turn around and throw him under the bus at the first opportunity that he taught you how to look out for, and people not looking out for it. And you're someone that swings like the pendulum. 1 minute, oh, he's guilty. Next minute, he's innocent because you looked at it from a different angle. Now he's guilty again because someone got up and said, oh, he's done it to me. Just like Prince York said, Prince York said, you can go and sit down with him and ask those questions you're asking of me. Why don't you go and sit with Malachi York and ask him, why do you do these things? Because you can't sit and face him, you can't look him in the eye, because you know that you're a liar. And this is what Prince York said. You get what I'm saying? This is not what I'm saying. My position of it, I don't care. He's in prison. Whether he's guilty, whether he's innocent, he's doing the crime of someone that's guilty. Now you can imagine if an innocent man's in prison doing the crime of someone that's innocent. That's just sad. That's just sad after how and what he's given to us as a people in terms of the knowledge. Yeah? And that's all I'm saying. That's my point. Okay? So if you want to tear down the man because you're obsessed with the man for whatever reasons, it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not obsessed with people. You know what I mean? I see it in this society that every time someone tries to do something for us as a people, they tear them down. Historically, I've given you 2. Currently, they look at Bill Cosby. He's getting up to do something, they tear him down. You know what I'm saying? And then all of these so-called radio personalities out there, they're saying, oh, Bill Cosby is a sellout because he used to say this about black people, he used to say that about black people. No one looked what he did for black people in terms of imagery. And sometimes the image is the most powerful thing because the word won't get to you. Well, I remember as a child watching The Cosby Show. For me, it was inspirational to see a positive black image. Because since those positive black images of the 80s left, and we got those negative imageries of gangster lifestyle in the 90s. Everything is turned upside down, so we can see the fruit of the gangster lifestyle imagery in the youth of today, in the late teens and early 20s, where everything's about a gangster. Whereas my generation, they're slightly a bit more productive because they got a bit more positive imageries. And that's on our shoulders to start changing the imageries that the children see, and let them start seeing a bit more positivity. And he was instrumental in that, irrespective of however people put it. And for him to syndicate and come back at the age that he was, and the income that he was going to make, and the influence he was going to have over NBC and the TV, they couldn't allow that because they know what their agenda is. But again, someone like you, OG, and I'm going to say it like that, you like to tear down your own on a public forum. You know what I mean? Just like how they say of President Obama. I said nothing bad about that man till he left office. Because he was not the first black president, he was the first LGBT president. Because he didn't do anything for black people as a president. But then again, he gave a positive image, so we have to give him some credit there. You know what I mean? But everything that he did in office was for the LGBT community. Nothing for black people per se, apart from the imagery of being up there. And that's my take. So, thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Alright then, son. Peace. Alright. Barry, if you want to call in, you can call in. It's on you. Alright? Alright, let me play this. I want you all to listen. At the end of the day, as I said, alright, that when we look at this thing called pedophiles or drugs or anything within our community, we're not supposed to listen to the Caucasian or society or the institution to say who's guilty or not. But it would be unfair for people to say that we're not supposed to look into our own community. And it'd be unfair for people to say that if we see somebody guilty or we believe that we should cover it up. And not because somebody's prominent, you see what I'm saying? Meaning that they can't do no wrongs. And I'm saying this don't make no sense. And a lot of the conversation that we're having, I'm not hearing nothing about the victims. It seems like the victims, or what they call the alleged victims, are liars. So that means that any child that comes along and say somebody troubled them, and that person seems to be somebody upstanding in the community, it gives them a way out. Because the first thing they're going to say is, what you call it? Go ahead, Barry. Barry. Yeah, go ahead. Meaning? Yeah. I haven't locked you out of it. Why you say lock you out of it?
No, but the tree was supposed to be.
No, because the thing is that he called him, because I'm trying to call him on my phone. Alright? Because I had asked him, I said to him, either he calls me, and he said to me that he might have a late night last night. So I said, alright, then I'll call you. So I use my phone. Now, my phone will knock you out. If you're on the WhatsApp, which you are on WhatsApp, anybody that calls in, it knocks you out and puts you on hold. So if you could have called the studio.
Okay, I understand that.
Alright, so go ahead then. I never locked you out.
Of course you locked me out.
Alright, then if that's what you want to say, go ahead. No, I'll explain it to you. You should ask me, Barry. You should ask me, because what happens is another phone, there's a studio phone number. And he will call. Barry. I am. I wasn't supposed to call you. That's what I said. Why don't you take a deep breath? I'm saying to you, you said that I pulled a fast one. I'm trying to explain. It wasn't no fast one. It's just that Geeseneck will call in on the studio and you will be on my phone. So I can put it that we can have like a three-way conversation. It's not like there's one phone line and so forth. Alright? Now I said, yes, I'm going to call you. But I said to you that I was going to call Sheptest in the morning back around between 10 and 11 o'clock. Did you not remember me saying that to you?
Yeah, I was
All right then. So all right then. So now that you not ever pulled a fast one, you have no reason to. What is it you wanted to say now? Go ahead.
Uncle, it's the same thing when Chef said to you.
Yeah.
That you like to lead people down into situation.
Yeah.
What I'm so this beside that, right? You say your premise is that we need to get the facts. Uncle, same thing like what Chef said, we need to deal with the facts. Not you always talk about people with emotion, and if you have the emotion,
Right.
the facts, uncle, the facts we need to deal with, right? So I'm saying this to me say the information that I have, that I know that you have it, come here, you have a conversation, I have the line that tell about the girl and say. You tell me say, no, I'm supposed to look up, bring up that because you put me in a box there again with the prosecutor and defense. And same thing like this.
Okay, what I said is.
Hold on, uncle. We're not dealing with that. That is not what we're dealing with. That's all. The same thing I tell you from the day. That's not what I'm dealing with, uncle.
I'm listening.
So if you trying to get the facts, right? Which when me I tell you about the next part of the story, you know it too. Well, bring the whole of the facts and when I argue and divide up the thing. We want to bring the whole thing to the public, uncle.
All right.
What I'm talking about, that's what he upset about, you know. That's about, uncle, no one I'm talking about. And you still try to put it on the one side.
I listen. First of all, wait. Hold up. Chef just can't give me none because I already said he was procrastinated. I already said it.
Uncle, wait, listen. You know I was in the hospital for about 7 months, right? I tell you, say, uncle, shingles mess up my eyesight, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like back in the days I could have go so boop, and bring up the things when we know say today. You know what I expect it. So we have to deal with the facts, the whole of the story of the whole thing.
Okay, so all right, listen, Barry.
You will make the next side for me because I can't go look big right now, uncle.
No, wait a minute, Barry. I said, this is what I said. I said that the Tyreek and York, you will hear there's 2 females on there. One is not his sister and one is his sister. And the sister that you saying is recanting, that's what you heard him going through with Tyreek and with Prince York. He's saying that my sister's son was molested. But not only that his sister, there was a whole bunch of other people that saying they'd been molested. But you're gonna say they all recanted and the whole 9 yards. I'm not. And I only like what I asked Chef Test, and I'm gonna ask you, because Chef Test choose not to give me the answer, right? I asked him, is Malachi York, and I asked you, wait a minute, Barry. And you said you're gonna give me an answer today. And you're gonna give me an answer today. But see, hear what you done. No, so this is what you done. I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna hear what you done, Barry. Barry. Hear what I'm going to do. Listen to what I'm going to do carefully, right? I asked you yesterday. I asked you, and you said no. You will give me your answer today. That's what you said yesterday on the air. And the simple question was, is he guilty or is he innocent? You don't want. Wait a minute. But let me finish. What's your answer?
My answer is that uncle cannot lead me down.
And this conversation just comes to a screeching halt. I'm giving you 5 minutes to talk. You got 5 minutes to talk. You talk. You got 5 minutes.
I'm listening to you on the radio. You just accept this, the same question. And you tell you, say, you can't lead him down into what uncle wants you to talk to. You tell you the same thing. Uncle, well, listen. I don't know if you want to make Malachi York. Me tell you something, you meet him already.
I don't want to hear that. Let's not even go down that. I don't want to hear that. I really and truly don't care if you really meet the man or not. Continue besides something else. Talk about why you feel the man is innocent, and you go from there. Go say what you want to say, but I don't want to hear about the meeting.
Uncle, because of the same reasons. I never tell him what the man innocent.
All right, I'm giving you 5 minutes.
They always set up black people. How much listen? On an average, right? On an average, how much black people in jail now that you can figure out the top of your head that is innocent?
No, ask me no question because you don't want to answer. So don't be asking me no questions, son.
You're running away again, uncle.
Oh, I could answer that question for you, but I choose not to because you don't want to answer questions. You're leading. You know what you just done? You're leading me down the road to answer your questions, and you can't put me in a box. You can't do that. You can't do that. Call it a wrap. Thank you very much. Son, you said what you said. Son, you. Who the hell is Jim P? Which one? I'm Schenectady and I'm Flatboat Church Avenue. No, because it was Tommy that built that studio. Right. All right. Well, I'm like Jim P. Whoever I'm at, I'm like that. Cool. Do you want to say something? All right, cool. All right, you finished? I'm not. You finished? Yeah. What did I wait? Before you say I said yes about what? I said to you there was a whole.
Uncle, do me a favor, you bring shit, right? See like how you bring out the part with the youths. Bring that part.
Alright, I will go and do that. Alright, listen, I got 15 minutes left. I gotta do something. I've given you the opportunity and you procrastinated like you usually do, so we leave it at that much. And I will talk to you later. I will talk to you later. I will talk to you. I will talk to you later. I will talk to you later. Peace. Peace, man. Alright, I got like 17 minutes. There was something I wanted to do, and I'm going to see if I can get through it real quick. Forget about what I'm saying. Forget all about it, what I'm saying. I'm not even in the picture no more. Forget me. Just forget me. Forget about how I feel about Malachi York. Forget it. Just forget it. You heard what Barry said, and you heard what Sheptes said, alright? And they've given you all kind of reasonings. Alright, I want you to be fair. To be fair, where is this? I want you to listen to this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that came up at trial. That was a hot item at the trial because actually Richard Moultrie, who was the U.S. prosecutor, he's a very short man, and when he pulled out the Pink Panther doll, the doll was almost as tall as he was, and that was like a big issue during the trial, you know, with the tail sewn on and things like that. So that was a big issue. But I wanted to, I don't know, Doctor, I wanted to answer this question. I know the brother's been asking over and over again in the chat. And he asked the question to me, being that I was York's advisor between 2003 and 2009, did I ever question York's mental stability? If yes, when and why? I'm going to say this, that York's mental evaluation, he was evaluated after he pled guilty in the state and the federal venue. And when the federal plea was rejected, he was sent for psychological evaluations and things. And prior to that, he was examined, and he was diagnosed with I believe Axis 1 delusional paranoid disorder and Axis 2 personality disorder. Now we saw that, we know that. But now you have to plug in the mentality of the organization. So when York was diagnosed with that, especially when it says personality disorders, York has a book out called Man from Planet Risk. And in that book, York says that that 8 different personalities speak through him and act through him. 8 different personalities. So when that report came back, to a lot of the members of the organization, that was a confirmation that York has these aliens and these extraterrestrial entities speaking through him, because these doctors actually bore witness to it. So as ridiculous as that sounds now, that was like a clap. You know, you clap your hands to that, like, yes, okay, so York really is an extraterrestrial. Got all these people, because even the doctors said so. So no, it wasn't that we had to question it. It was just something that was almost more confirmational, you know. But look, like I said, looking hindsight back now, then yeah, I mean, you know, like I understand. Like when I was visiting him towards the end of when I was visiting him, yes, I questioned his mental ability to comprehend what was going on, because he was choosing to do things that made no sense to me, that was counterproductive, and to the point where I felt and still feel that he wants to be there, that he wanted to be there, despite him telling people otherwise. He made it seem very clear to me that he wanted to stay there, because he was listening to BS being fed to him, and here I am telling him the actual.
Alright, you can hear who this individual was advising. He was talking about Malachi York's mental state. Alright? Now, I got to do something. There's a whole bunch of things that I really and truly wanted to play, but I'm going to play my son's son, Pharaoh Allah. Right? Now, no, you know what? I'm not even going to play Pharaoh Allah, because they're going to say, although he's going to show you. Let me see. Yeah, go ahead.
You keep talking about the 80s and the 90s. You lucky I wasn't here in the 80s and the 90s. I would have cracked that ish back then. So now we want to get back to Malachi York, right? We want to talk about Daddy. So Daddy sent a message. I got a message straight for you, Daddy, and baby York. You took a plea to attempt child molestation, whatever you want to call it, right? Why would you plead to some issues you didn't do? And I'm finna go in. This don't stop here. Why would you plead to some issues you didn't do? The only way I'm copping out this issue I didn't do is if me and my man, let's say we hit a lick, or we bust a move, or we rob somebody, we shoot somebody, we kill somebody. Peace, bro. If I get knocked and my man get away, and he got the money, we rob a bank, my man get away, I'ma take the charge. I'ma cop out and say there wasn't nobody with me, and when I come home, my man gonna have my 100,000 waiting for me. That's the only way I'm taking a plea. I'm not taking no plea to touching no kids, allegedly touching no kids, thinking about touching no kids, reincarnating in my next life and touching a kid. I'm not taking no plea to touching no kids. So now, why is this important? Dr. Daddy York, I'm calling you Daddy York now, because now you got involved, so now I get the fire on you now. Daddy York, why is this important, Daddy York? And Prince York, who wanted to defend Daddy York, you bled to life. Look, you could have went to trial and got that life. I've been through the prison system. I went to trial. Don't tell me this shit about how no courts work. Only time the upper levels is copping out is when they did it and they got some issues that they don't want to come out. And nobody in the upper levels in prison today pleading guilty in a right mind who has a character to uphold to the public. Ain't nobody in their right mind pleading guilty to touching no kids that didn't touch no kids. So now, since we wanna go into the facts now, because now I'm gonna put the facts, but I'm not just stating what I think. I'm gonna get them documents. Hold on, Baba. All right. So like I said, family, I'm gonna get the documents. So that being said, Prince York copped out to allegedly touch a kid. Now, I mean, his dad, Prince York claims his dad copped out to allegedly touch kids. Why would you plead something you didn't do, Daddy York? And why would you plead a life? You could have went to trial and got that. So again, they had your did it. I'm telling you why you fled. Because you did it, and you didn't want what you did to come out to the public. But don't worry, because again, keep calling. See, young Pharaoh not playing with you again, man. I'm here to teach them a couple of them people. Any of you again calling my name and trying to call me out, I'm gonna bury you up for them. I'm not giving you a chance to come back. So I gave you a break, Prince York, the first time. You didn't take it. Now you're done, and tell Daddy he done. Because what happens was, just like on a live stream, when I was butchering your ass, and you kept acting like the internet was going off, cutting off the screen, you kept running to do the research. Now I butchered you on your language, and you want to run and call Daddy and get some help from Daddy, and come back to me and call my name out like Daddy's supposed to be that boy. See, I'm not none of the, I'm not Tazariak, I'm not Palat, not none of these other names you call. I'm Pharaoh Kruger, and I'm changing my name to Pharaoh Kruger. It's a nightmare on 125th Street. All you up of them is info. Straight like that. So that being said, let me show the documentation. Hold this one sec, Bobby. Let me make sure I'm in front of the camera. Make sure I'm in front of the camera. So y'all can see. This is the documentation, family. This is the documentation. Okay. U.S. Department of Justice, Federal Bureau of Prisons, United States Penitentiary, Atlanta, Georgia, zip code 30315. Alright, y'all can hit pause on the video, watch it. I ain't gonna read it all, but you see it say Dwight York, subpoena for medical records. You see the notary from the district attorney. Alright, let's go to the second page. U.S. Department of Justice, Federal Bureau of Prisons, United States Penitentiary, Atlanta, Georgia, zip code 3015, August 23rd, 2002. Family, there you go. You see Richard S. Moultrie, I think, Assistant U.S. District Attorney, Middle District of Georgia, P.O. Box 1702, Macon, Georgia. Y'all see the information. Subpoena for medical records for Dwight York. Okay, you know what I mean? Pause that, get a good look at that, read that. I'm going to keep it kicking. Y'all see the notary, all of that, family. Feel me? Y'all see the seal? Actual documents. Alright, let's keep it kicking. Here we go. Excuse the wind. Alright, Stanford Hospital and Clinics. Dr. S. Young Clinical Laboratories. Yeah, I mean, this is going into the, showing right here. You see it say positive. See it say positive. Type 2 herpes. Right here where my thumb is at. Positive. Okay. Let's keep it kicking. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Hold on. Here you go. I'm gonna hold it like this, Bobby. Let me make sure I'm in the camera. Alright, here we go. On 8/15/02, this let you know, transported 2 vials of frozen blood specimens which were packed in dry ice. They letting you know that they took his DNA to the lab to get him tested. And he came back positive with both types of herpes. Okay? You see that say herpes? Select 1 and 2. Immunoblock worksheet. Here you go. Here go the results, family. These are the results. Look at the names at the bottom. Alright, dates and all that. Dates and all that. Let's go. Let me keep it kicking. Let me keep it moving. Let me keep it moving. Here you go. The last of the documentation. Notarized, signaturized. Dwight York. You see his name right there. Dwight York. Okay, you see the notary right there? This shit ain't made up. Y'all see the notary? Oh, let's keep it kicking. So that being said, again, Dr. Daddy York, you feel me? You was touching up with them kids, and you got caught. You gave a couple of them herpes, which their names is on the sheets, family. If y'all look, and y'all wanna re-get this, and I did another video called Pharaoh Fires and the Liars. These documentations in there too. If you want to go hit pause and read. The babies' names on these documents is blacked out so that information don't get out because they still minors. But as you can see, Dr. York, your name is on here. And you got caught touching them for them kids. You gave them herpes. You didn't want to go to trial because the DA was going to pull this out on your ass and you was done. So you pled guilty to the lesser evil instead of the greater evil. So you touched them kids and you pled guilty to almost touching them kids and took life instead of going to trial and getting life because all your dirt would have came out. So with that being said, you're not fooling them. I do the research. You don't think I do the research? I can tell you who your grandma. I tell you what your grandmama did when she was 10 years old. And then I do the research. So with that being said, I'm done.
All right, that's my son Pharaoh Allah, and you wanted to know about the documentations. I'm going to play one of his advisors, but I've only got a few minutes. I'm going to play it back the next time, where his advisor telling you why Dr. York took the plea.
Went around 5 people, but you kind of tend to write it off because of
real fast. He said, ask Ampu, was it possible for York to contract herpes from an adult and not the children they accused him of? To me, it's a stupid question, but I'm still going to ask it. Alright, Ampu, go ahead, Ampu. Let's respond quickly, 30 seconds.
Well, quickly, he's asking if York can contract herpes from an adult rather than children. I mean, that's of course. Anybody can contract herpes from anybody who has herpes.
I mean, ask you this, Ampu. Wasn't it the case that they said that the children got it from him? Not that York got it from the children. Oh my God. I can't believe I can read that question. You know what, man? Let's move on.
No, but hold on. But let me just address it. 30 seconds. First of all, people need to understand that the herpes issue was not used at his trial. All right, so whenever people talk about herpes and for or against it, it wasn't used at trial. Now, what it did do is that when York tested positive for herpes 2, that's when his lawyers at the time, which was Garland, Samuel, and Loeb firm, Edward Garland and Manny Aurora, that's when they started to push him, well, not push him, but to advise him to start thinking about pleading guilty. Okay, so that's the catalyst for the whole talks about the plea agreement. And a lot of people don't know that. So again, it was his blood work coming back in 2002, late 2002, around August, September, October, that the lawyer started to advise him to think about going towards a plea, because their whole thing was that they will never be able to convince a jury that his positive test of herpes 2 and 2 of the listed victims' test of positive herpes 2, that it wasn't connected. That was the bottom line.
All right, so you're hearing it from one of his advisors. You heard it from Pharaoh Allah, that little young man that don't have no government on his mouth. You heard him showing you the paperwork. You could go to YouTube and put in Pharaoh Allah rebuttaling what's his name? Prince York. The next one you can go to and find about this audio soundbite you heard is the victim speak out against molestation from Malachi York. It's all there on thing there, right? Now, let me say this before I call it a wrap. I said to you before, in 1968, he was charged with statutory rape, right? So it seems like he's got a track record. Malachi York never got 134 to life. Let's get that thing straight. This is what was said. Let me tell you, if you want to find out, you go to the Federal Bureau of Prison. Type it in Google, alright, and put in United States Prison as U.S.P. administrative. He's in USP Administrative Maximum Security Prison in Florence, Colorado. The inmate number is 17911/054. Dwight York, alright. His release date is in 2122. That means in the next 4 years, Malachi York is eligible to come home. Malachi York was supposed to cop out to 15 to life. I got the audio soundbite where he's in the courtroom and he done an allocution. An allocution means that you have to state the crime. Did you do this? Yes. Did anybody make any plea? Did anybody make you a promise? Did anybody make you any of this and that and that? And he said no. Alright? And he took it. Now, they came back later on and said that they don't want to give him that 15 to life because they feel like this crime is more hideous than that. Right? Then all of a sudden you heard you got 135. However, the Federal Bureau of Prison is stating that his release date is April the 7th, 22. Where were you in? 21, 22? Where we at? What, 20? No. Huh? 2017. 2017. My bad. He got an ass load of time. Alright, so you can go there. My bad. He's got an ass load of time. He did get the 135. That's why Pharaoh Allah, oh yeah, my math was wrong. That's why Pharaoh was saying, you don't cop out to something like that. You understand? The reason why, you heard what they said? He was going to go to trial and he could not prove to the juries that he never gave these children herpes. Now you've got all the information. If you feel he's guilty, that's on you. Alright? But at least we're not supposed to allow society the powers to be to judge whoever it is that we say we believe that's prominent, that can galvanize the people, as an educated person, that can do things for the community or for the nation. And when they say he's guilty, it behooves us not to run straight away and say he's guilty. It needs us to look at the research and say, is he guilty? And as I said, I've made my position clear. Chef Test didn't want to make his position clear. Barry don't want to make their position clear. I'm saying he's guilty. And I'm saying the youth is not telling no lie, but when you ask them, they're going to tell you, you're trying to put them in a box. Alright? So you're going to say, is Malachi York guilty? They're not going to give you that answer. Alright? That means that they're straddling the fence of neutrality. And I'm saying that those individuals, I'm not saying they're pedophiles, but you ever seen that movie called Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino? When the lawyer, Keanu Reeves, knew that his clients was guilty. Right? And still defended them. And with that, I'm looking at the time. I've got 30 seconds left. In the house is Prophetess Millicent. She will take you to the hours of 2 o'clock. And you've got a guest in the house. The young lady name is Angel. The one who was on last week and so forth. All right, yeah, that last week one I was looking at it, it was like, yeah, you know, it's kind of emotional and things. But very good. But I got like 10 seconds. I've got to go through the door. Got to hit the brick. Got to hit the blocks. Thanks for your listen. Thank you for the listening for the last 5 hours. Listen, think before you think. Take care. Catch you on the rebound. Hello, one. Peace.
Media Radio. 104.1 FM. News and views.
Just turned after.
This is the AmigaRadio.co.uk news.
So you turn your